Welcome to the 2025 Master's Commencement Ceremony for the University of Southern California's Rossier School of Education. Our procession includes the Dean, Associate Deans, faculty, Board of Counselors, and special guests, and this year's graduates of USC Rossier School. Please keep the aisles clear.
Please welcome the Emery Stoops and Joyce King Stoops, Dean of the USC Rossier School of Education, Pedro A. Negura.
Welcome to the Master's Ceremony of the University of Southern California. Before you sit down, I gotta do this. Okay. Please be seated. I am honored to welcome you, our graduates, your families and friends, to the USC campus today. It is truly wonderful to be here with all of you to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2025. Let me begin by recognizing that we occupy land originally and still inhabited and cared for by the Tongva, Tatavian, Serrano, Keys, and Chumash peoples. We honor and pay respect to their elders and descendants, past, present, and emerging, for they showed us how to live in harmony with these lands and waters. And if we had learned from their example, we might not be faced with the environmental hazards that now threaten our way of life. On behalf of the faculty, staff, alumni, and friends of the USC Rossier School of Education, I offer our heartiest congratulations. And to all the friends and family who have supported you on the journey, let's give them a big hand. I also want to acknowledge a dear member of the Rossier family, Roger Rossier, the namesake of our school, who sadly passed away in August of 2024. Roger and his late wife, Barbara, dedicated their lives to education and public service. Their hard work, advocacy, and passion for helping others changed countless lives. Their legacy lives on through our school, and we will always be grateful for their support. Today, we have two very special speakers. You'll hear more about them soon. We have before us 459 graduates of 8 master's degree programs. Among the hundreds who will be walking across the stage shortly are graduates of our Masters of Art in Teaching and Teaching of English to speakers of other languages, the MAT and TESOL programs. We are also awarding degrees to graduates from our master's programs in education counseling, enrollment management and policy, post-secondary administration, and school counseling, marriage and family therapy, learning design and technology. Each of our graduates bring enormous promise and potential to the field they will work in. When you cross the stage today, it will signify a tremendous accomplishment. After countless hours of research, writing, and studying, you have achieved your goal of graduating as professionals from USC Rossier. Through your hard work and perseverance, you have earned this honor. Today, we celebrate your achievement and look forward to seeing the positive contributions you will make to our society. Although this might feel like the end, as we know, the word commencement literally means beginning. I want you to think about that for a moment. While your studies at USC Rossier have concluded, you are now beginning a new chapter of life. With your new degrees, you are now prepared to take on new responsibilities and challenges. And the challenges we face are significant. We are living in a time of great turmoil and uncertainty. On so many fronts, the economy, politics, the environment, and health, we face enormous challenges. Despite the headwinds, I remain confident and hopeful about the future because of the talent and resolve I sense among you. Regardless of what lies ahead, I hope you will draw upon your intelligence and creativity to solve the problems you will face. Always keep in mind that each of us has the ability to do something to make a positive difference in the world. I also want you to know that whatever you decide to pursue next, you will always have the support and partnership of your fellow Trojans. The Rossier Promise is real. We are here to help you realize your professional aspirations and to assist you in making a positive difference through the work you will do. As you know, the mission of the USC Rossier remains unchanged, despite the threats to those who embrace DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Interestingly, the administration has never explained why they oppose DEI. There have been no hearings, no rationale, so how can we retreat? We still believe that diversity is a source of strength for our country and certainly for our school. Look at these graduates. We also believe that the pursuit of equity is the best strategy we have for countering inequality, and that the right to be included is a God-given human right, not a political right that can be taken away. We agree with Pope Leo XIV. God does not ask us to rank those we love, cherish, and respect. And we agree with Mark Twain. Loyalty to country always, loyalty to government when it deserves it. So graduates, you can count on USC Rossier to continue to prepare educators, counselors, therapists, and others who are committed to advancing equity through their work. You can also count on us to support you long after you graduate. You are now part of the Trojan family, and our support is real. Your drive and determination in earning this degree is the best evidence there is that our mission is real. However, you share our commitment, I cannot guarantee that you will not be targeted. Already, some of our faculty have lost major grants because the authorities in Washington determined that their interest in expanding access to education to those who have historically been denied was unworthy of federal support. There will be other colleges and schools that will meekly comply with these orders, even though they are not based in law or any ruling by our courts. I encourage you to think of this moment as a temporary setback, not a defeat. We will always find ways to continue to do the work that is so vital to the kind of nation we will become and the kind of future we will create. Education remains our best resource for creating a more equitable and just society. Our commitment to our mission is therefore more than just a fad. It is rooted in our values and the work being done by our faculty, staff, and graduates. Over the past few months, I've been searching for guidance and inspiration to help me in finding a path during this challenging period. My search has led me to read widely, to seek out advice from elders, and to reflect on how those who preceded us have dealt with attacks and setbacks before. Following the fires in January that produced so much devastation, I felt compelled to acknowledge the uncertainty of the times we are living in. Many of our friends and colleagues lost all of their possessions. All we know is that this is not the last disaster we will face. But I encourage you to speak to your grandparents who survived the Great Depression, or those who faced mass deportations, or internment, or crippling discrimination based on race, gender, and sexuality. We have been through challenging times before, far worse than anything we have encountered so far. Recently, I've been reading the philosopher Bayo Akomolafe, who encouraged us to see that when times are urgent, we must slow down. Slow down so that we can be thoughtful and strategic as we plan career moves, and reflective as we decide for ourselves how to handle the obstacles that lie ahead. My hope is that as you leave this place, you will approach the future not with fear, but with confidence. Confidence in knowing that you have the talent, intelligence, and resourcefulness to find a way forward. Your degree is an acknowledgement of your educational achievement and proof that you have what it takes to excel in the years ahead. You are part of a broader community of humans that must figure out how to use our innate curiosity, creativity, and talent to create a world that is more just, humane, and sustainable. As USC Rossier graduates, we expect you never to be afraid to ask difficult questions, to seek meaningful partnerships and collaborations with those who share your values and goals, and to always seek out ways, no matter how small, to make a difference through the work you do. Through your work, we make our mission real. So though the current times may be challenging, we know that you can rise to the occasion and that you will stand up for what you believe in. On behalf of USC's Rossier faculty, staff, and alumni, I wish you good health, success, and happiness in all of your professional endeavors. We can't wait to see all that you will accomplish in the years ahead, as together we work to make the world a better place for all. I congratulate you, and we implore you, as always, to fight on. I'm now pleased to introduce our student speaker, Leonor Luis Membrano. She is graduating with a Master's of Arts in Teaching Social Science and her bilingual authorization in Spanish. A first-generation graduate to immigrant parents from Mexico and Honduras, Leonor is a fellow with the Norman Topping Student Aid Fund at USC. She is a proud product of community college, where she completed her associate degree in political science at East Los Angeles College, before transferring to Cal State University, Long Beach, where Leonor received her bachelor's degree in political science with an emphasis on law, politics, and policy. Born and raised in Boyle Heights, she's passionate about empowering her community. Leonor strives to be an advocate for students in the communities and wants them to know that even if there's no seat for them at the table, they have the tools necessary to make one. Please welcome Leonor Luis Membrano.
Thank you for that warm introduction, Dean Noguera. Is anyone else nervous? Because I am. Before I begin with my remarks, I would like to take a second to firstly thank God, but also acknowledge my wonderful family. They did not know I was selected to speak today. Surprise! Mami, papi y el resto de mi familia, este logro es dedicado a ustedes. Gracias por todo su apoyo y su amor. All right. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, supportive family and friends, distinguished faculty, and the resilient class of 2025. I am truly honored to be in front of amazing educators, advocates, leaders, and change makers. As we graduate today amidst a time of chaos, fear, and uncertainty, I reflect on my time at USC and know that even amidst the chaos and division, we will persevere due to the lessons that we have learned here together. I've summed up my experiences into a short and easy acronym, USC. U for Ubuntu, an African proverb meaning I am because you are. As leaders, we not only have the responsibility, but the privilege to teach the importance of humanity to our students, because all of our lives are connected and intertwined. In a climate of division, we have the unique opportunity to foster unity. S, for steadfast. Working with diverse communities and students, I am reminded every day that our diversity is beautiful. Everyone brings a different perspective to the table. We are lifelong learners and better humans because of it. As we are inspired by this diversity, I know that we will remain steadfast in our fight for a more equitable society, making sure we empower our students and those around us. Lastly, C, for care. I have learned this takes many different forms. There is caring through listening to our students and communities and supporting them. There is also cultivating and celebrating joy with our students. Care and joy are important parts of resistance and creating change into a world and society where everyone is valued and accepted. As Bell Hooks wrote, to teach in a manner that respects and cares for the souls of our students is essential if we are to provide the necessary conditions where learning can most deeply and intimately begin. Class of 2025, as we navigate our ventures after today, I encourage you to remember USC, Ubuntu and unity, steadfast commitment to change, and care and joy. At a pivotal time in history and in society, I leave you with a saying that my parents would always say to me, échale ganas, work hard. Enjoy the next journey just as we did our time at USC Rossier. We have finally mastered it. Class of 2025, congratulations and fight on!
It is now my honor to introduce today's featured speaker, Reina Grande. Reina is an acclaimed author whose powerful memoirs, The Distance Between Us and A Dream Called Home, illuminate the realities of undocumented childhood immigration from Mexico to the United States. Her work delves into themes of family separation, language trauma, and the pursuit of the American dream, resonating deeply with readers across the nation. Recognized with an American Book Award and the International Latino Book Award, Grande also a National Book Critics Circle Award winner. Her contributions to Chicano Latino literature have been honored with the Luis Leal Award, Latino Spirit Award, Writers for Writers Award, and Poets and Writers, and the Hummingbird Award in Literary Arts. Born in Iguala, Guerrero, Mexico, Grande's journey from childhood marked by separation to becoming the first in her family to graduate from university informs her compelling and essential storytelling. Her essays and articles have appeared in prominent publications like the New York Times, CNN, the Washington Post, and she's participated in Oprah's Book Club television special in March 2020. She transferred from Pasadena City College to the University of California, Santa Cruz, obtaining a BA in creative writing and film video, and then earned her MFA in creative writing from Antioch University. A dedicated mentor and lifelong learner, Grande is a proud member of the Mancando Writers Workshop, founded by Sandra Cisneros, and has taught at prestigious conferences including Breadloaf and Vona. Currently, she is a fiction and nonfiction faculty at Antioch University and Randolph College. Please join me in welcoming Reina Grande to the podium.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon, Dean Noguera, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Felicidades. I am deeply honored to be here today to celebrate your remarkable achievements. This moment signifies the culmination of your unwavering dedication, rigorous study, and profound commitment to education and mental health. As USC Rossier graduates, You are prepared to be catalysts for positive change, equity, and social and educational justice. It is truly commendable that despite the significant challenges in your fields, like teacher shortages, student mental health crisis, lack of institutional and government support, and challenges to collective bargaining, you have remained steadfast in your pursuit of your degrees. In 1963, in a speech to teachers, the great writer James Baldwin stated, "Let's begin by saying that we are living through a very dangerous time." Sadly, his words still resonate even now. These are indeed dangerous times, particularly for our most vulnerable, our immigrant communities, our under-resourced neighborhoods, our marginalized populations. ICE coming to school campuses, student protesters being unjustly punished, the erosion of DEI initiatives, which is undermining vital educational opportunities, is profoundly impacting our school communities and placing undue burdens on educators and students. We cannot ignore the oppressive weight of our times, yet in the face of such daunting challenges, remember that your chosen profession, teaching, counseling, administration, is an act of profound resistance. Your passion and commitment are now more critical than ever. You can cultivate classrooms where every student feels safe, valued, and that they truly belong. You can share stories that ignite their imagination, foster empathy, and build understanding. You can teach the complete history of this nation, including its dark chapters of empire, genocide, and oppression, empowering your students to interrogate systems of power, learn from the past, and forge a more just future. Thank you. As you know, I'm a writer by trade. Some of you might even be familiar with my books. With a BA and an MFA in creative writing, I have the privilege of having many words at my disposal and unlimited access to stories. And I stand here before you today, a daughter and granddaughter of individuals denied access to literacy and education in Mexico. My maternal grandfather was illiterate. My father could only go to the 3rd grade, and my mother 6th grade, before being forced to support their families and work. My journey to becoming a professional storyteller in the United States underscores the transformative power of education and opportunity. I was born in Mexico, but it was here in this country that Reina the writer was born. Many of you are here because of a teacher who inspired, guided, or believed in you. However, it is also a painful truth that some of us have arrived at our present successes despite a teacher. Teachers, through ignorance, can also cause deep harm. At least, that was the case for me. I was 9 when I first arrived in LA, having crossed the US-Mexico border through Tijuana with the help of a smuggler. I came to be reunited with my father, whom I hadn't seen since I was 2. Stepping into my 5th grade classroom, my teacher had no idea of the dangerous journey I had just undertaken to be there. She had no idea that my very presence in her classroom was nothing short of a miracle, that I had escaped deportation, detainment, disappearance, and even death, a fate that tragically befalls far too many immigrants, including children. My teacher was unaware that I had spent 7 long years separated from my parents and was grappling with the deep trauma of that family separation. Her classroom operated under the English-only policy, a sink-or-swim approach often cruelly imposed on immigrant children through misguided school policies and ignorant educational practices. This was 1985, when bilingual education was being dismantled across California, and a year later, English would become the official state language. I was oblivious to these statewide shifts, but the message from my teacher was crystal clear. Upon realizing that I didn't speak English, she relegated me to the corner of her classroom. Perhaps lacking the training to address the social-emotional needs of immigrant children, or lacking in the trauma-informed practices and cultural sensitivity you have all learned here, she simply ignored me for the rest of the school year. In that isolated corner, I felt invisible, voiceless, and utterly alone. I began to internalize a damaging belief that my native language was wrong, that my skin color was wrong, and that I was fundamentally incompetent and inadequate. Desperate to escape that corner, I dedicated myself to learning English, but this came at the devastating cost of my mother tongue. Years later, I learned a term for what happened to me: subtractive bilingualism. It meant I wasn't adding a language, I was losing a language. I was cutting off my mother tongue and putting English in its place. This experience, which compounded my existent immigrant trauma, highlights how deficit-based mindsets harm children and contradict the very principles of belonging you will champion. I'm sure some of you have also had personal encounters with inequity, and now those experiences will similarly inform and empower your leadership. Years later, at Pasadena Community College, during a period of intense anti-immigrant sentiment and now infamous Prop 187, which would have denied public education to undocumented immigrant students in California, I encountered a teacher who would change my life. In her classroom, I had the opposite experience from my 5th grade classroom. Dr. Diana Savas, who is Greek American and speaks multiple languages, including Spanish, made me feel genuinely welcome. Finally, my voice mattered. At 18, grappling with trauma and instability, Diana was the first teacher to truly see my potential as a writer. But this is the essence of what exceptional teachers do. They see the potential inherent in every learner. She took me under her wing and encouraged me to use my lived experiences for inspiration for my stories, suggesting a career I hadn't dared to imagine, that of a professional storyteller. She helped me understand that the hardships I had endured were not just burdens, but invaluable gifts, that life had given me all the raw material to draw from as a storyteller. Diana opened up a new world for me, introducing me to the powerful voices of great Chicana Latina writers like Sandra Cisneros and Isabel Allende, women who became crucial role models to me. Due to my challenging family circumstances, Diana even opened her home to me, providing a safe and nurturing space where I could focus on my studies. She guided me through the process of finding the right university to transfer to, and it is thanks to her unwavering support that I became the first in my family to graduate from college. And most importantly, it is thanks to her that I found my voice as a writer. My personal experiences underscore a vital lesson. Your words and actions hold immense power to either uplift or diminish a student. Let this understanding guide your interactions with every student in your care. As you step into your classrooms or offices, Strive to be the Diana in your students' lives, the educator who sees their potential, validates their experiences, creates a sanctuary of belonging, and helps them find their voice. To quote James Baldwin again, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed unless it is faced." As you apply your invaluable knowledge from USC Rossier, I urge you to confront and actively work to change the narratives that marginalize, the policies that harm, and the ignorance that breeds fear. Graduates of the class of 2025, the future of our students is in your hands. In your shared commitment to education and mental health, champion diversity, equity, and inclusion, even if your schools do not. Be the teachers and leaders who see the unseen, hear the unheard, and empower every single student to find their voice and their place in this world. Do not shy away from teaching hard truths. And remember that your work itself is an act of resistance, a powerful way to shape a more just and equitable world. Thank you for embracing the responsibility to enact positive change, to dismantle educational inequities, and to fight for a world where every student can learn and succeed. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Reina Grande. Isn't it so special to have someone who has been there in their life experience and who's now a major author have a chance to address our graduates? So thank you, Reina. The graduates from the USC Rossier School of Education master's degree programs will now come forward. Please escort the candidates to the stage.
The following graduates are receiving the Master of Arts in Teaching degree.
Chloe Melissa Quintana. Alma D. Ramirez.
Isaac Carrasquillo. Alexis Acosta Menjivar. Bryn Ashlyn Khan.
Maria Nguyen. Armando Magallanes.
Jesse Jimenez. Jessica Chavez.
Sarai Silva. Denise Talia Ramirez.
Yareli Hernandez Cruz.
Mary Salazar.
Samantha Lizeth Avalos Martinez. Melissa Carrasco Beltran.
Elise Adriana Torres.
Leslie Claro.
Chloe Grace Stanks. Chloe Adele Raposo. Ekaterina Tatiana Martina Tuscan.
Joyce Hugh Lamb.
Sydney Elise Sackler. Taryn Whittingham. Stella Rowan Murphy. Isabella Selby. Viviana Montserrat Solorzano.
Monica Aguirre.
Tiffany Vinn.
Jessica Lynn Arjang. Jocelyn Chi Ai Chang. Alina Serene Huang. Jaslyn Lopez. Elika Aram. Gabriela Arizaga. Michelle Choi. Gabrielle Mercedes Guzman.
Grace Ulibari. Zoe Marie Willoughby.
Paulina Bonilla. Lindsay Nicole Bunch. Melanie Gutierrez Chang. Claire Davies. Carolina Alcaraz. Alexis Diaz. Matthew H. Lanners. Tyrese Summer Taylor Lopez.
Madison Ray Wetzel. Aaron Ochikubo.
Christy Dal Kim. Lauren M. Lee. Jillian Grace Davis. Tanya Alejandra Lopez.
Vivian Vienne Tai.
Emily Kang.
Lorena Rodesno.
Yayun Vivian Xiao.
Elizabeth Twee.
Amy Law.
Ashley Park.
Leonor Elizabeth Louise Membreno. Maribel Loza. Johnny Hun.
Michelle Maureen Moore Padilla. Lillian Wu.
Hannah Kim.
Megan Pador Twassen. Kinsey Nicole McDermott.
Haley Grace Chung Heng. Karen Sofia Garcia Corrado.
Lisa Marley Prince.
Mona Cheshmagil.
Candace Lee Rudlin.
Cordelia Marie Artiega.
Sumaira Satter.
Eileen Rebecca Lopez Plasencia. Danielle Luis Estanya. Maylee Aiko Garcia. Michael Barrett.
Peyton Yolanda Reisner. Salem Ramon. Olivia Macias. Justin Ryan Matute. Aaron Theodore Paragas Rosalpan. Marissa Danielle Savage.
Natalie Clara Duran. Jeff Cox. Ugo Jauregui.
Gabrielle Cerna.
Morcos John Boutros. Tony Angosh Hoang.
Allison O. Carmen Cajeda Mel. Shui Shui Rexien.
Jacqueline Andrea Gomez Padilla. Ivan Jared Hernandez Garcia.
Aaron Alexis Prelo.
Lucia Blanchett. Emma Maureen Coben.
Samantha Wu. Kimberly Villegas. Leah Tawill.
Catherine Hendren. Sophia Corral Arona.
Luke Conrad Preble.
Alexander Lee.
Megan McRae. Ezriel Alexander Ruiz.
Brian K. Lee. Ashley N. Lamb.
Julie Tran.
Angela Aguirre. Mira George Botros.
Leslie Vanessa Peralta. Lauren Marie Stewart.
Jade Lorraine Herrick. Brian Flora. Taylor Cooper Reed. Grace Choi.
Melanie Brittany Solis.
Nilufar Leah Bahar. Melinda Angela Lopez.
Angela Marie Varela. Juliana Ortega.
Kang Ni Lee.
Michelle Yuan.
Alyssa Gomez. Mark Monier Gerges. Kristen Asmar.
Haley A. Meyerly. Eric Angel Ramos. Mackenzie F. Thomason. Aldo Ramon Sandoval. Anthony Daniel Mejia. Marcus Daniel Quiroz. Melissa Yasuko Morris. Christian Alexander Sierra. Sean Christian Westberg. Jillian Summer. Vidisha Pravinbhai Patel. Etzel Soria.
David Daniel Lara. Andrea Hernandez. Daisy Hiram Draper.
Valeria Morales Carvajal.
Giovanna Del Rio.
Kennedy Mailo.
Ann Lee.
Natalie Nune Sarkeesian. Evelyn Soriano.
Lindsay Amaro. Dylan Zavala Furseth. Blaine Bailey.
Emily Rosie Pereira.
The following graduates are receiving the Master of Arts in Teaching, Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages degree. Xin Yue Liang.
Xinrui Yu.
Ximing Liang.
Xiaorong Sun. Qinyi Xie. Yifan Wu.
Kelly Lamb. Amy Bueno. Yu Ting Guo.
Ruowei Sun. Qingsun.
Sirui Lee. Yiswan Chen.
Wen Qingzhong. Qianru Annie Xu. Min Zhang.
Lena.
Alexandra Savannah Machuca. Sophia Ripner Donovan.
Guadalupe Delgado.
Hannah Leslie Deline Owens. Elizabeth Marie Sims. Dennis Edward Meservey.
Chienhuela Fenny. Eve Nicolette Cruz. The following graduates are receiving the Master of Education in Educational Counseling degree. Jeffrey Lee. Isabel Sarai Hernandez Alfaro. Elaine Lauren Estrada. Jocelyn Adriana Castaneda. Daisy Carvajal Castañeda. Lara Colindres de Sena. Eliana Natalia Cotom. Daisy Natalie Castillo. Gladys Bautista. Caprice Jones.
Kiara Riley.
Erin Elizabeth Green. Ernestina Garcia. Ashley Lynette Castro.
Stephanie Tam.
Michael Corvera.
Fernando Martinez Jr.
Julissa Ibarra.
Ada Beatriz Sanchez.
Antoinette Alles.
Caroline Elizabeth Rossini. Yaneli Mejia. Hector Ramirez.
Franklin Pedro Andres. Jose Alex Lozano. Irene Raquel Hidalgo.
Angela Rincon.
Caitlin Felina.
Levi Salazar. Angel Guadalupe Meza. Justin Hill Murchison. Peter O.
Alexandria Felicia Lopez. Joanna Arias. Jacqueline Maria Lopez.
Yizhen Jane Wang. Nu Tamai.
Wen Yang Cao.
Meng Zima.
Grace Liu.
Chao Yu Chang. Xiangyi Wang. Kier Wang. Helen Dijin. Jiayi Yin.
Peilin Duan. Heidi Hui. The following graduates are receiving the Master of Education in Enrollment Management and Policy degree.
Christian Markovich.
James Ezel Jr. Rachel Yerin Cho.
Jessica Levon Weisinger.
Geronda Little.
Chelsea Mercado.
Emma Goldner de Beer. Margaret Olivia Loft.
Caitlin Perel.
The following graduates are receiving the Master of Education in Learning Design and Technology degree. Rebecca V. Aviles.
Amber Michelle Taylor.
Kylie Algra. Sharehan Tamano Lukman. Aaliyah Jeffries. Donde Dean. Leanne Doe. Tiffany Fung.
Taylor Dylan Vasquez.
Kayla Desire. Julia Goldberg.
Destiny Giselle Perales. Sarah Danielle Mejia.
Rachel Chow.
Dara Yin. Quinn Nu Quinn Tran.
The following graduates are receiving the Master of Education in Post-Secondary Administration and Student Affairs degree.
Anna Iris Navidad Rayon.
Christian Ivan de los Santos.
Melody Lafong.
Clarissa Leslie Luna. Christina Lauren Gaspar. Danielle Julianne Gaspar. Jessica Gonzalez Reyes.
Bing O. Hey Nam Kazim. Brian Magunsong. Milan Jasmine Rain Russell.
Kayla Natalie Chinchilla. Lucy Corazon Carrillo.
Kenneth Lee Williams.
Julia Davis.
Adenike Taylor.
Nara Marie Green. Melissa Gonzalez Maza. Andrew Castillo.
Atsiri Morales Chavez.
Brianna Nicole Gallardo. Karina Cruz Casas. Andrea Guadalupe Alba. Marine Boynagirian. Elizabeth Bluth. Mariah Janae Jacobo.
Megan Shaley Poe Betancourt.
Abraham Avalos. Andrea Garcia Chavez.
Lisa Todick.
Lisette Giovanna Isiordia.
Princess Vogs.
Vera Jean. Annie Jocelyn Guzman. Kayla Carrillo. Marlene Juarez. Melissa Kelly Chavez.
Sabrina Guadalupe Navarro Tapia.
Sophie Noel Freitas. Victoria Alicia Higgins.
Jessica Singer Alexander.
Celeste Julia Carmona Meyer.
Jennifer Hawthorne Yanagi.
Tenny Bazikian. Cassie Lynn.
Wipong. Helen Dewan Yu.
Laura Babalola. Cora Isabel Cuevas. Carson Coles.
Mia Veda Martinez.
Megan Marie Osowski Duran.
Amanpreet Shokar. Hopi Toker.
Willem Joseph Alo.
Aaron Vieira. Eric Prado.
The following graduates are receiving the Master of Education in School Counseling degree. Fernanda de la Rosa. Sydney Simone Grant.
Kiva Marie McCullough Simonovich. Jessica Shikori.
Daniel Figueroa,
Estefany Perez Mendez,
Basilia Kucher,
Yesenia Torres, Sydney Marie Shuck,
Julie Jian Choi, Danielle Roberta Chenault Tavera,
Veronica Marie Prout,
Daisy Cardenas, Jade Rose Cole, Emily Meilei Yu Kwong, Shannon Emily Kennedy, Genesis Carrillo, Giselle Gutierrez, Luisa Sarai Lopez,
Raymond Velasquez,
Rosibet Arreola,
Jennifer Alejandra Rizzo,
Ricardo Antonio Herarte, Claudia Irene Hernandez, Jocelyn Garcia,
Olivia Deanne Norman,
Ariana Janelle Gutierrez,
Miriam Pierce, William Luke Otten, Matthew Wu, Ernesto Vidal Navarrete Espinoza,
Christian Matthew Beck,
Andy Wu, Crystal Susana Rodas,
Xochitl Gomez Peña,
Yara Limichev,
Cherry Dal Arabit, Karina Balderas,
Melissa Valencia, Karen Alexandra Mejia,
Abigail Hernandez, Kimberly Brianna Campos,
Julio Cesar Villalobos,
Nick Chang, Jenny Jung,
Tierra McCole Chanel Wells,
Damaris Beverly Lopez,
Athi Nguyen,
Melissa Hernando, Marlon Alejandra Castillo,
Ivani Celeste Mendoza,
Kiana Andrade, William Covarrubias, Tamika Gilbert, Omni Napper,
Kimberly Sanchez Flores, Isaiah Sneed, Jennifer Ravina Ramirez,
Zoe Chen,
Daisy Guadalupe O'Neill Buenrostro. Latiera Marie Randall.
Marlene Rociocota.
Evelyn Yvette Valenzuela.
Elizabeth Cervantes.
Kira Oriana.
Guadalupe de Jesus.
Valerie Trejo.
Elizabeth Lima Torres. Natalie Brenda Hernandez.
Guadalupe Medina. Ty Shamblin. Joshua Mendoza. Bethany Moore. Michael Neff. Eric Reagan Shin.
Johanna Calderon Aguilar. Minnie Doan. The following graduates are receiving the Master of Science in Marriage and Family Therapy degree. Ashley Marie Hernandez.
Adriana Pedrosa. Brittany Yvette Martinez. Andrea Monique Moreno. Sonia Pulido. Crystal Oliva. Jose Rios.
Katia Gudiel. James Brandon Herman III.
Johnny Masashi Ortiz.
Alice Chen.
Crystal Catv Wynn. Natalie McDaniel. Shahrazad Rafieh. Maimuna Naveed. Leslie Miriam Segala.
Michelle Samantha Benavides. Celine Dabby. Marina Eugenie Coury. Sora Kasim Khan. Elena Jiawei Lee.
Wenjing Peng. Nicole Stephanie Sanders.
Rachel Rose Baruchim. Mary Haley Bridges.
Maida Quezada. Brittany Lee Youssef. Valerie Pena. Henrika Mole.
Zeru Lee.
Zhang Xuejie.
Graciela Corona.
Shuqing Wang. Hannah Wainwright.
Mariah Guajardo. Aja Hernandez. Amanda Lynn Churchill.
Layla Jane Slipper.
Lindsay Hafer.
Marcella Julia Marie Badillon. Ivy Tran. Desiree Wong. Morgan Williams.
Giulietta Telozzi. Vicky Sue. Clay Elmore.
Ryan Catherine Perry.
Emma Huckel. Jeffrey Ho. Emily Kim. Stephanie An.
Jillian Steffi. Jared Alexander Nicole. Kylie Elizabeth Mullinex.
Guru Amrit Hari Khalsa. Alina Caramelli.
Lily Rose Webb.
Raya Manchabati. Elizabeth Hagopian. Hina Habib. Valentina Alvarez Cash.
Salma Peña. Daniela Samergian.
Congratulations, class of 2025. We are so proud of all of you. We want to give thanks to two important groups that have been critical to your success. First, join me in acknowledging the extraordinary USC Rossier faculty. Would the faculty please stand? Now, I would like all the graduates to please stand and join us in thanking families, friends, and supporters. Last but not least, join me in supporting the Rossier staff who put this event on, who make everything work. When we call for volunteers, they step up and they make this event possible. Congratulations once again to all the graduates and the guests. Please join our faculty and myself in reception on the Party Way lawn after the area Some people say the American dream is dead. I say it lives right here among all of you. Congratulations and fight on. Hello.